praises to the Most High.
Yeah, man. We have to give all praises to the Most High, the only one and true living God of Israel. You are the one that brought me back to life. Brought me back to life. You are the one that opened up my eyes. Open up my eyes. Lord, I just want to praise you, and I'm feeling grateful. It don't matter what I'm going through, never gonna leave, gotta stay with you. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm gonna dance till morning light. We heading straight to paradise. If you're not thankful, then you not right. You're not right, man.
Alle uste. Alle uste. All praises to the Most High. Alle uste. Alle uste. Alle uste. All praises to the Most High.
You are now buying.
I'm fighting hard to stay on God. I need all my energy to defeat all my enemies. We got next. It's in our text. I need all my family to sing with me. I left the church to join God's army. We left the church to join God's infantry. Yeah. Said your father was there when you left. Your mother was there when you left. Your sister, your brother, your cousins, your auntie, your uncle.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless. Good morning. Pray all is well. Welcome to History in the AM. I'm your host for today, Captain Joel. We will be going over the mighty Maccabeans. Today we will be focusing on Jonathan Maccabees. Jonathan Maccabees. The last time I taught, we went over the Battle of Elisa. It's Elasa, which marked the death, the end of Judah's life. That's when we went over last time I taught. So today we will skim through that real quick, and then we will proceed to Jonathan. Give me 1 Maccabees 9, read verse 5. Today the focus will be on Jonathan. Come on.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 9, verse 5. Now Judas had pitched his tents at Eleasa, and 3,000 chosen men with him, who seeing the multitude of the other army to be so great were sore afraid. Whereupon many conveyed themselves out of the host, and so much as there abode of them no more but 800 men. When Judas therefore saw that his host slipped away, and that the battle pressed upon him, he was sore troubled in his mind, and much distressed, for that he had no time to gather them together. Nevertheless, unto them that remained he said, Let us arise and go up against our enemies, if peradventure we may be able to fight with them. But they dehorted him, saying, We shall never be able. Let us now rather save our lives, and hereafter we will return with our brethren and fight against them, for we are but few. Then Judas said, God forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them. If our time be come, let us die manfully for our brethren.
You see that? If our time be come, you cannot escape your death. That's one thing you got to understand this truth. If that's your time, it is your time. You cannot escape it at all. Come on.
Let us die manfully for our brethren, and let us not stain our honor. With that, the host of Maccabees removed out of their tents.
See that, because little thing you can do, you can stay in your honor. You can be doing something. You can be in the truth, doing in the spirit, doing good. A little mistake you can make, a little something you can do, a decision you can make can stay in your honor. Can stay in your honor. That's why that verse is heavy. Read that again.
Then Judah said, God forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them. If our time
because
become...
If Judah flee away, you know how this going to remember Judah? The man that flee away in the Bible. So this very important. Come on.
If our time become, let us die manfully for our brethren, and let us not stain our honor. With that, the host of Maccabees removed out of their tents and stood over against them, their horsemen being divided into 2 troops, and their slingers and archers going before the host. And they that marched in the forward were all mighty men. As for Maccabees, he was in the right wing. So the host drew near on the 2 parts and sounded their trumpets. They also of Judah's side, even they sounded their trumpets also, so that the earth shook at the noise of the armies. And the battle continued from morning till night.
So that was a long battle. Come on.
Now when Judas perceived that Maccabees and the strength of his army were on the right side, he took with him all the hardy men.
He took who?
All the hardy men.
He didn't take no weak men. He took all the hardy men. Judas know who was around him. He took the hardy men when he know there was needful for hardy men. A lot of times, brother want to be emotional, brother want to be soft nowadays. Come on.
Who discomfited the right wing and pursued them unto the Mount Azotus. But when they of the left wing saw that they of the right wing were discomfited, they followed upon Judas and those that were with him hard at the heel from behind. Whereupon there was a sore battle, insomuch as many were slain on both parts. Judas was also killed.
See that? That's when Judas was killed. Come on.
And the remnant fled.
Come on.
Then Jonathan and Simon took Judas their brother and buried him in his sepulchre of his fathers of Modin.
So they bury him in the same town, the same city that is from, in Modin, the same place they buried their father there. Come on.
Moreover, they bewailed him, and all Israel made great lamentations for him.
Because the brother was a mighty man. The brother was a mighty man and helped Israel in a whole lot of ways, won many battles. So when he died, Israel made a great lamentation for the brother. Come on.
And mourned many days, saying, how is the valiant man fallen?
See that? How is the valiant man fallen? Because when Judas rise up after his dad, he was troubling people, all this nation. He was defending Israel. He was kicking out wicked men out of Israel. When he was in rulership, all wicked men was hiding from him. That's how it is. Wicked men hate rightful leaders. They hate it because they know their reign would not be on. So therefore, they hate them that rebuke in the gate. That's why they were pissed off when Judas Maccabees was in rulership. Come on.
How is the valiant man fallen that delivered Israel? As for the other things concerning Judas and his wars and the noble acts which he did and his greatness.
See that? That was a great brother, man. Come on.
They are not written, for they were very many.
See that? The brother did a lot of valiant acts, a lot of greatness, a lot of noble acts he did. All of them, they couldn't write it down because it's going to be too many. It's going to be a lot. Come on.
Now after the death of Judas, the wicked began to put forth their heads in all the coast of Israel.
That's some heavy thing right there. It said, now after the death of Judas, the wicked began to put forth their heads. What the hell were their hairs at? All their hairs were inside like a damn tortoise when Judas was ruling. But once he died, everybody coming out of their shell now. Everybody. Because what? The man that put them in check, he's not there no more. That's why a lot of times people talk nonsense and evil on leadership because they don't want that person to be there. So they can have their free play. They can do whatever they want. When the righteous rule, there is what? There is soundness. But when the righteous no more, That's when things is all out of order. Everybody do what pleases him in his own eyes. Come on.
And there arose up all such as wrought iniquity.
See that? All them wicked men and wicked women, everybody came out of their shell now. Come on.
In those days also was there a great famine, by reason whereof the country revolted and went with them. Then Maccabees chose the wicked men and made them lords of the country.
See that? Chose the wicked man. That's crazy. Almost like today. These pastors, those people in place, or they all puppet. They are all puppet ministers and things of that nature. It's not me Africa. Why do you think Africa is like that? Because the leaders over there. It's now some of them waking up. Not all of them, but most of them are puppet. Most of them take instruction from what? From the West. A lot of them, that's what they do. That's why you see what Africa sit on a whole, a lot of minerals, a lot of gold, diamonds, and all those things. The fruit of their land is on a whole different level. But the whole continent is in poverty. Because what? They're leaders. They take wicked men to what? To rule the place. So therefore, the roads, everything is bad, everything out of order over there. Come on.
Then Maccabees chose the wicked men and made them lords of the country.
See that? Make them lord, give them rulership. Come on.
And they made inquiry and search for Judas' friends.
See, now what? When they give them position, now they want to what? Start snitching now, searching for Judas' friends. See, let's get his friends. He's no more here. Let's find his friends. Come on.
And brought them unto Maccabees, who took vengeance of them.
See that? And the same thing they're going to do today. That same thing. Let's go to Matthew real quick. Give me Matthew 24. Let me see something. Matthew 24. Let me see. 1 second. Let me get there. Matthew 24, read verse 4.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them.
Actually, just read for sake of time. Read verse 9.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
See that? Then shall they deliver you up unto to be afflicted. Come on.
And shall kill you.
And shall kill you. Come on.
And ye shall be hated of all nations
Come on.
For my name's sake.
This is the part I want to read.
And then shall many be offended.
Many will be offended. Come on.
And shall betray one another.
And shall do what?
And shall betray one another.
See that? And shall betray one another. Come on.
And shall hate one another.
And shall hate one another. That's how it's going to be. That's how it will be. Come on.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Come on.
And because iniquity shall abound.
See that? Because iniquity shall abound. When you read in Maccabees, right now in verse 23, it said, now after the death of Judas, the wicked began to put forth their heads in all the coasts of Israel. You see that? And there rose up all such as work iniquity. So read what you got in Matthew.
And because iniquity shall abound.
Did iniquity was abounding during that time when Judas died? Iniquity shall abound. Come on.
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many shall wax cold. Everybody for themselves, for their own greed. That's what was going on after the death of Judas. Let's go back. Read verse 26. First Maccabees 9, read verse 26.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 9, verse 26.
Come on.
And they made inquiry and search for Judas' friends, and brought them unto Maccabees, who took vengeance of them.
See that they brought the Judas' friends unto Maccabees, who took vengeance. And best believe these people are their brothers. They were the snatch on their brothers. They want to search for their brothers. Their brothers wasn't doing nothing wrong at all. But a lot of them make leagues with death, make agreement with death. They don't want nothing good to happen in there or among their people. That's how traitors comes about. All about is the how you call it, the flesh, the loss of this world. All about position, because they give them position, they make them lords over the country. That's why what now they want to kill their brothers, and stuff like that will happen again. It will happen again. It will happen. That's how it is. The Lord's judgment is like a ring. It goes around and comes around. Come on.
And use them despitefully.
See that? And use them despitefully. Come on. And these are the men that was what? With Judah Maccabees defending Israel. That's what in verse, let me see. Where is it at? In verse 21, it said, high is their valiant men falling that deliver Israel. But not everybody like when Israel is being delivered. Not everybody like when Israel is on the rise. Not everybody like it. Even our own people don't like it at all. But I like to do because there's no place for them to rise up just yet. There's no place for them to talk nonsense just yet. But when there's opportunity, they will start to talk nonsense. That's how it is. Come on.
So was verse 27. So was there a great affliction in Israel, the like whereof was not since the time that a prophet was not seen among them. For this cause all Judah's friends came together and said unto Jonathan, since thy brother Judas died, we have no man like him to go forth against our enemies. And Bacchides, and against them of our nation that are adversaries to us.
So after the death of Judas, nobody was there to what? To defend Israel. That's why some of the friends of Judas was letting Jonathan know. Come on.
Now therefore, we have chosen thee this day.
This is heavy as well. That's how you gotta wait for your ministry. Jonathan was there. He didn't assert authority over Judas. Because the dad already let them know, hey, Judah will be your captain. He let them know all the instruction. A lot of times, black people always want to what? Or surpass somebody. They always want to what? Envy somebody. Jonathan didn't do that. He waited and support his brother. Simon support his brother. That's how it is. They waited for their ministry. When it was time for them to do their thing, they knew that because it came to them. They didn't run to it. That's why black men got to understand that. You doesn't run to position. You already do the work, the position will come. That's how it is. Come on.
Verse 30. Now therefore, we have chosen thee this day to be our prince and captain.
See that? We have chose you this day. Did he choose himself?
No.
He didn't choose himself. All the leaders that you read about in the scripture, they were chosen. They were chosen. That's what Bishop was going over in a men's conference. Leaders are chosen by the people. Leaders are chosen. Read it again.
Now therefore, we have chosen thee this day to be our prince and captain in his stead.
See that? Now you're going to be our prince and captain in your brother Judah's stead. Come on.
That thou mayest fight our battles. Upon this, Jonathan took the governance upon him at that time, and rose up instead of his brother Judas. But when Bacchides gat knowledge thereof, he sought for to slay him.
See that? When the enemy heard that, he got mad. Our enemy don't want nothing good to come in Israel at all. Same thing during the time of Nehemiah. Same thing. When they see the wall was being built, Israel being structured, they get mad. It displeases them. Same thing today. That's what leadership always let us know. Don't see because Esau is not doing anything, mean he's not planning anything. He's planning stuff. And hard times will come. We just got to prepare ourselves. Prepare our spirit for what's to come. The Lord already let us know. The enemy always hate us building. The enemy always hate us coming together. The enemy hate the unification of the 12 tribes. They hate that thing. So we now got to prepare our mind, got to prepare our spirit for what's to come, because the dragon will be rough and will make war. We'll make war on them that keep the commandments. Come on.
Verse 33. Then Jonathan and Simon his brother and all that were with him, perceiving that, fled into the wilderness of the Koi.
See that? They fled into the wilderness. Judah had to do the same thing for a little bit. Fled into the wilderness because what? The heathen was coming after them. Come on.
And pitched their tents by the water of the pool of Asphar, which when Bacchides understood, he came near to Jordan with all his host upon the Sabbath day. Now Jonathan had sent his brother John, a captain of the people, to to pray his friends, the Nabathites, that they might leave with them their carriage, which was much.
Come on.
But the children of Jambri came out of Medaba and took John and all that he had.
So they took their brother. Come on, check this out. Read.
And took all that he had and went their way with it. After this came word to Jonathan and Simon his brother that the children of Jambri made a great marriage and were bringing the bride from Nadabatha with a great train, as being the daughter of one of the great princes of Canaan. Therefore they remembered John their brother, and went up and hid themselves under the covert of the mountain, where they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, there was much ado and great carriage. And the bridegroom came forth, and his friends and brethren, to meet them with drums and instruments and music and many weapons. Then Jonathan and they that were with him rose up against them from the place where they were slain in ambush, and made a great slaughter of them in such sort. And many fell down dead, and the remnant fled into the mountain, and they took all their spoils. Thus was the marriage turned into mourning, and the noise of their melody into lamentation. So when they had avenged fully the blood of their brother, they turned again to the marsh of Jordan.
So they revenged their brother that was taken. Come on.
Now when Bacchides heard thereof, he came on the Sabbath day unto the banks of Jordan with a great power.
It's crazy how whatever the Israelites do, the heathen always hear about it. Because there's always snake in the mix that's always take information out. That's how it is. They always, how the hell he always knowing what's going on? They put Jonathan in instead, he heard about it. They defeated this army here, this other people here, he heard about it. Why? Because it's always spy in the mix. Always people that disguise themselves to be just men, to be just women. Come on.
Then Jonathan said to his company, let us go up now and fight for our lives, for it standeth not with us today as in time past. For behold, the battle is before us and behind us, and the water of Jordan on this side and that side, the marsh likewise and wood. Neither is there place for us to turn aside. Wherefore cry ye now unto heaven.
See that? He said, wherefore do what?
Cry ye now unto heaven.
He said, cry ye now unto heaven. Why did he say cry ye now unto heaven? Because our forefather always knew that their help is from what? From the one true God. Give me Psalms 121, read verse 1. Won't come back. He said, cry ye now unto heaven.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 121, verse 1. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help.
See that? For whence come my help? Come on.
My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
See that? He will not suffer thy foot. You think our brothers, our forefathers didn't understood it? They understood that. That's why they always look up unto the heavens for their help, because the Lord is their help. Come on.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Come on.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul. Come on.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Go back now. Our forefather always understood this. Read that again.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 9,
46.
Verse 46. Wherefore cry ye now unto heaven, that ye may be delivered.
That ye may be what?
Delivered.
That ye may be delivered. Come on.
From the hand of your enemies.
From the hands of your enemy. Let's go back to Psalms 124, read verse 8. It said that ye may be delivered.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 124, verse 8.
Come on.
Our help is in the name of the Lord,
Our help is in the name of the Lord. Come on.
who made heaven and earth.
Who made heaven and earth. Now give me Judges 3, read verse 9. Our help is always from the Lord. That's why our forefather always knew that.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 9.
Come on.
And when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord,
When they cry unto the one true God, come on.
the Lord raised up a deliverer to the children of
He
Israel,
raised up a deliverer unto the children of Israel. Come on.
who delivered them.
See that? Who delivered them? Who delivered them? That's how it is. The Lord always deliver his people. Psalms 34, read verse 17. We just have to trust in the Lord. That's all he wants. That's why when you read Hebrews tell you, and by faith, Abraham did this. And by faith, Joseph did this. And by faith, Caleb did that. And by faith, Moses did this. The Lord wants us to have faith in him. And then he will do the rest. That's why he told the disciples, he said, oh, you faithless generation. Sometimes we don't have faith. Sometimes we our faith is so weak, we go corner. Let's go to Matthew 17 real quick. Let's read Matthew 17. Matthew 17, read verse. Let me see. Read verse 14.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 14.
Come on.
And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft times into the water.
So that lunatic spirit, that's a mad spirit. That's a Deuteronomy 28:28. That mad spirit. That smile with madness. Come on.
And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
So the disciple could not cure this, brother. Come on.
Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
So the Lord said, how long shall I suffer you? How long shall I be with you? Bring the brother over. Come on. Because keep in mind, lunatic, the definition is madness. Deuteronomy 28 said that what? 28:28, we should be smitten with madness and what? And blindness, right? Deuteronomy 28:28, spitting with madness. During this time was what? Was on a tribute to Rome, was honor Rome. So that curse was also applied to us here. That lunatic spirit. We couldn't heal the spirit. The disciple couldn't heal the spirit. Say, oh, faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Come on.
And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour.
The child was killed from that very hour. Come on.
Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out?
Why can't we not cast this demon out? Come on.
And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief.
Because your unbelief. That's the reason why a lot of times things don't work out for us. Because our unbelief. We don't believe in the things that we read. A lot of times Israel do not believe that. That's why Israel go in the midst of sin, because they will read the scripture on fornication, but they'll still commit the act because of what? They don't have that fear. They don't believe. We have to believe in the one true God, and then things will work out for us. Read it again.
And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief.
Because of your unbelief, come on.
For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed.
If you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, come on.
You shall say unto this mountain.
You shall say unto this mountain. That mountain during that time was Rome. Same way when you read Isaiah 13, it said, lift you up the banner upon the high mountain. During that time, the mountain was Rome. During the time of the Maccabees, that mountain was what? The Greek. Come on.
Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall be removed.
And it shall be removed when you will have that faith. Come on.
And nothing shall be impossible unto you.
And nothing shall be impossible unto you. Nothing was impossible for Judah Maccabees. They put a trust in the one true God. That's why they defeated the adversary that came before them. that came after them to defeat them. We got to put their trust in the one true God. We have to do the same thing. We have to, especially in the last days. That's why the next verse lets you know. Come on.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
We have to pray. We have to cry unto the Lord so he can deliver us. The mountain we have in front of us today is Babylon, America. That's the mountain that's in front of us. Let's go back. First Maccabees 9, read verse 46.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 9, verse 46.
Come on.
Wherefore cry ye now unto heaven, that ye may be delivered from the hand of your enemies.
Read.
With that they joined battle, and Jonathan stretched forth his hand to smite Bacchides, but he turned back from him.
That's how you know he and their brothers, they all have the same mind. His brothers do the same thing. Call unto the heavens. They pray that the Lord deliver us. Same mind. That's why it was needful for him to be a leader. That's why leaders are chosen. Come on.
Then Jonathan and they that were with him leapt into Jordan and swam over unto the farther bank. Howbeit, the other passed not over Jordan unto them. So there were slain of Bacchides' side that day about 1,000 men. Afterward returned Bacchides to Jerusalem and repaired the strong cities in Judea, the fort in Jericho, and Emmaus, and Bethoron, and Bethel, and Tamatha, and Pharothani, and Taphon. These did he strengthen with high walls, with gates, and with bars. And in them he set a garrison.
See that? In them, in Jerusalem, this guy set garrison, military base. Come on.
That they might work malice upon Israel.
See that they may work malice upon Israel. So now, pushing it on to today, all the military base you see America have, you think it's for the people's best interest? No, it's not. Even in Africa, America have military base in each country. It is what? To work malice upon the people over there. To oppress them so they cannot rise up. That's the whole goal. That's the agenda. Come on.
He fortified also the city of Bethsura and Gazra and the tower, and put forces in them, and provision of victuals. Besides, he took the chief men's sons in the country for hostages.
See that he took the chief men's sons for hostages. Come on.
And put them into the tower at Jerusalem to be kept.
Read.
Moreover, in the 153rd year, in the 2nd month, Alchemius commanded that the wall of the inner court of the sanctuary should be pulled down. He pulled down also the works of the prophets. And as he began to pull down, even at that time was Alchemius plagued, and his enterprise hindered, for his mouth was stopped, and he was taken with the palsy, so that he could no more speak anything.
So this brother, right, he opened his mouth, and he wanted what? The wall of the inner court of the sanctuary, he wanted it to be pulled down. He pulled down also the works of the word of the prophet. So read verse 55 again.
Verse 55. And as he began to pull down.
As he began to pull down, come on.
Even at that time was Alchemius plagued.
The same time he was plagued. The Lord didn't play no games with him. The Lord judgment is quick, terrible. Immediately he started to pull down, the Lord plagued him immediately. Come on.
And his enterprise hindered, for his mouth was stopped.
His whole mouth was stopped. Come on.
And he was taken with the palsy, so that he could no more speak anything.
The Lord make him dumb. Come on.
Nor give order concerning his house.
He couldn't give no orders, because he was the overseer trying to give order. Hey, you pull this down, you pull that down. So the Lord shut his mouth up, so he cannot give no more orders. Make him dumb. So now his whole enterprise, his whole agenda stuff, because boy, this dude don't talk no more. You don't play with God at all. Come on. Stuff like this we read, we should develop fear for the Lord. That's what the scripture is all about. For whatsoever things are written aforetimes were written for our learning. We have to be able to read it and develop that righteous fear. Not read it and then allow it to just skip our ears. Now that's you being a year only. and not a doer. Applying these laws is making the law or put a fear in your heart. When you know that when you sin, judgment is gonna come. A lot of times we roll in a reprobate spirit, a void of judgment. We cannot be doing those things at all. Come on.
Verse 56. So Alchemist died at that time with great torment.
The Lord killed him with great torment, not little torment, but great one. Come on.
Now when Bacchides saw that Alchemist was dead, he returned to the king, whereupon the land of Judea was in rest 2 years. Then all the ungodly men held a council, saying, Behold, Jonathan and his company are at ease.
See that thing? You can't make this stuff up. That's Negro right there, man. That's Negro. So when the king when he went back, read verse 58 again.
Then all the ungodly men,
all the ungodly men, almost like during the time in Moses, all the ungodly men came together and wanted to speak evil of Moses. Come on.
Then all the ungodly men held a council.
Held a council. They all have one thing in common. They are ungodly. They don't keep God's laws. That's why I say every beast consult to his own kind. All the ungodly men, they held a council. Now they want to talk things now. And none of them over there will say, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. None of them give a damn about their nation anyways. So their allegiance is to the what? To the oppressor. Come on.
Then all the ungodly men held a council, saying, Behold, Jonathan and his company are at ease.
They're at ease. Nobody's troubling them. Come on.
And dwell without care.
See that? Come on.
Now therefore we will bring Bacchides hither, who shall take them all in one night.
Can't make this stuff up. Give me Matthew 12. Those same men are here today. Those same men. Those what? Ungodly men are here. The Lord brought all the spirit back. Matthew 12, read verse 14.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 14. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him.
Held what?
A council against him.
Same thing. Held a council against Christ. Come on.
How they might destroy him.
How they might do what?
Destroy him.
Same thing. Same thing. Even before Christ came on the scene, they was doing it to his prophet. Read it again.
Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him.
And the Pharisees, our own people, wicked men that hate Israel being what? In order. Hate Israel being built up. Hate that thing with passion. Come on.
How they might destroy him. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from thence. And a great multitude followed him, and he healed them all.
Now give me Jeremiah 18, read verse 18. Same thing, man. Wicked men. Jeremiah 18, read verse 18.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, verse 18. Then said they, Come, and let us devise devices against Jeremiah.
Read it again from the top.
Then said they, Come, and let us devise devices against Jeremiah.
That's what the ungodly be doing. Let us devise devices against Jeremiah. Was Jeremiah harming them? No. Jeremiah is for the welfare of his country, his welfare of his people. But what the wicked said?
Come, and let us devise devices against Jeremiah.
Read.
For the law shall not perish from the priest, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come, and let us smite him.
Let us do what?
Let us smite him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words.
That's what Israel do. Israel never give a damn about the prophet words. That's why Zechariah, give me Zechariah real quick. Zechariah 1. Let me show you something. It said, let us not give heed to his word. Let me show you. Give me the precept for you. Of Zechariah 1, read verse 2.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 2. The Lord hath been sore displeased with your fathers. Therefore, say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried,
see
saying,
that? So be ye not as your fathers. Those are them scribes and Pharisees. Those are them ungodly men during the time of the Greek. It said, don't be like those people. Come on.
Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying,
And during the time of Moses as well, all the prophet cry. Come on, saying what?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye now from your evil ways,
Turn you from your evil ways. Come on.
and from your evil doings.
Come on.
But they did not hear,
No, they were hearing it.
But they did not hear nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord.
They're not go to Jeremiah. That's the same thing we just read. They did not hear it. Read what you got. Jeremiah 18, verse 18 again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, verse 18.
Come on.
Then said they, come, and let us devise devices against Jeremiah. For the law shall not perish from the priests, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come, and let us smite him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words.
Isn't that what Zechariah just said? The former prophet cried, but they won't hear him. They did not hear at all. Now Amos 5, read verse 10. Same thing. Nothing new on this sun. Same thing today. The prophet teach, Israel don't hear.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 10.
The ungodly among us won't hear. They play blind eye to that. Come on.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
They do what?
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
Israel always hate the prophet that correct them. They don't like that at all. They do not. Come on, read it again from the top.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Come on.
And they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
They see that? They hate him that speak uprightly. That's why they make counsel unto themselves. That's why they do all those things. Now in Micah chapter 2, read verse 6. Micah chapter 2, read verse 6.
The book of Micah chapter 2, verse 6.
Come on.
Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy.
So our people tell the prophet to not prophesy. That's why they hit them that rebuke to the gate. That's why they say what? Read it again.
Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy.
They say do not prophesy unto us. Come on.
They shall not prophesy to them, they that shall not take shame.
Read it again.
Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy. They shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame.
So Israel don't want to be shamed. They don't want you to put a spot out. They don't want you to what? Embarrass them. So therefore they tell you what? Do not prophesy to me. Don't tell me. I don't want you to tell me. That's what Israel always do. So now, we'll go back to Amos now and say what? They hit them. They hit him that rebuke in the gate. And what? They uphold him that speak uprightly. So let's go back to, actually give him Proverbs 17, read verse 15 real quick. Proverbs 17, read verse 15.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15.
Come on.
He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
See that he that justify the wicked, any our people was justifying the wicked? Didn't the scribe and Pharisees justify wrong? Yes. Didn't the ungodly man was what? Was trying to trap their own countryman, Jonathan?
Yes.
That's how it is. Same thing today. Our people what? Going to the noble. Our people talking nonsense about Israel not in Christ. Same thing. It said, he that justify the wicked, he that stand behind this white man and justify him, come on.
And he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
You are abomination to the Lord. A traitor or abomination to the Lord. You got to understand that. Let's go back. Maccabees 9, read verse 58 again.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 9, verse 58.
Come on.
Then all the ungodly men held a council, saying, behold, Jonathan and his company are at ease.
See that the whole council, they said Jonathan and his company is at ease. Come on.
And dwell without care. Now therefore we will bring Bacchides hither, who shall take them all in one night.
How you have people plotting evil against their own people? Don't make no sense at all. But that's the spirit you have today. That's the spirit you have today. They hit him that rebuke out the gate. They hit him that speak righteously, uprightly. They hit him. Light is always set against darkness, evil against good. That's how it is. That's why they hit Christ, because he was that light that came into a dark world. And because men, these are evil, that's why they hated him. Same thing. That's what Bishop say. They don't hate you. They hate the Holy Spirit that is within you. That light, what is within you, they hate that. That's why this ungodly man hate the light that was in Judas Maccabees, that was in his father, now in his brother Jonathan. They hate that light. Same thing today. They hate the prophet that's bringing out what? The truth and what? Restoring the people from the decayed state that will be in for over 400 years. Come on.
Verse 59. So they went and consulted with him. Then removed he and came with a great host.
See that? They actually went to call the enemy against their people. Can't make it up. That's black people for you. Come on.
Then removed he and came with a great host, and sent letters privily to his adherents in Judea, that they should take Jonathan and those that were with him. Howbeit they could not, because their counsel was known unto them. Wherefore they took of the men of the country that were authors of that mischief about 50 persons, and slew them. Afterwards Jonathan and Simon and they that were with him got them away.
Read verse 60 and 61 again.
Verse 60. Then removed he and came with a great host, and sent letters privily to his adherents in Judea, that they should take Jonathan and those that were with him. Howbeit they could not, because their counsel was known unto them.
So Jonathan heard about their counsel, their evil that they was planning. Jonathan heard of it. Come on.
Wherefore they took of the men of the country that were authors of that mischief.
So they took those men that was author of that mischief, that plan that had to what? To kill Jonathan and his company. Come on.
About 50 persons, and slew them.
50 of them, they killed them all. That's the punishment of traitors, death. That's how it is. Come on.
Afterwards Jonathan and Simon and they that were with him got them away to Bethbazia, which is in the wilderness, and they repaired the decays thereof, and made it strong. Which the king, when Bacchides knew, he gathered together all his hosts, and sent word to them that were of Judea. Then when he laid siege against Bethbazia, and they fought against it a long season, and made engines of war. But Jonathan left his brother Simon in the city, and went forth himself into the country, and with a certain number went he forth. And he smote Odonaarches.
You read verse 63?
Yes.
Read it again in me here.
Verse 63. Which thing when Bacchides knew, he gathered together all his hosts and sent.
Same thing again, right? Afterward, Jonathan and Simon and they that were with him got them away unto Bethbazia, which is in the wilderness, and they repaired the decay thereof, and what made it strong. They repaired the decay. They repaired the decay. How will you not be happy with your brothers repairing the decay of your country? Check this out, verse 63. Read that.
Verse 63. Which thing when Bacchides knew.
Who told him? Right. The ungodly men that always complaining, going back and complain to the heathen. The snake that's always in the grass. Come on.
Which thing when Bacchides knew, he gathered together all his hosts and sent word to them that were of Judea. Then when he laid siege against Bethbazia.
And the crazy thing about it, Israel always had this spirit, even going back to Moses. Complain. Numbers 11, Numbers 14, Acts 25. Always complaining. Israel have that spirit of a complaining spirit. Come on.
Then when he laid siege against Bethbazia, and they fought against it a long season and made engines of war. But when Jonathan left his brother Simon in the city and went forth himself into the country, and with a certain number went he forth, and he smote Odenarchus and his brethren, and the children of Phaseron in their tent. And when he began to smite them and came up with his forces, Simon and his country went out of the city and burned up the engines of war, and fought against Bacchides, who was discomfited by them, and they afflicted him sore, for his counsel was travail, was in vain.
Come on.
Wherefore he was very wroth at the wicked men that gave him counsel to come into the country, insomuch as he slew many of them, and purposed to return into his own country.
See that? see, their own evil way came back to them. That's read that again.
Wherefore he was wroth at the wicked men that gave him counsel to come into the country.
So what he did?
Insomuch as he slew many of them, and purposed to return into his own country.
That same thing gonna happen to our people. Trying to want to be a snake, want to be a traitor and go to Esau. Man, Esau don't give a damn. Esau gonna kill you regardless. You think Esau care about traitor? Or traitor? That's why Judas Iscariot, after he betrayed Christ, he went and take the money and stuff like that. Nobody give a damn. Take that back, man. Whatever you want to do with it, you do with it. We don't got nothing to do with that money. They don't give a damn about traitor. Say you want to be a traitor, your destiny is death. Come on.
Verse 70. Whereof, when Jonathan had knowledge, he sent ambassadors unto him, to the end he should make peace with him, and deliver them the prisoners, which thing he accepted and did according to his demands, and sware unto him that he would never do him harm all the days of his life. When therefore he had restored unto him the prisoners that he had taken afore out of the land of Judea, he returned and went his way into his own land, neither came he any more into their borders. Thus the sword ceased from Israel. But Jonathan dwelt at Maccabees and began to govern the people, and he destroyed the ungodly men out of Israel.
He did what?
Destroyed the ungodly men out of Israel.
He destroyed the ungodly men out of Israel. Let me see if we get time. 1 second. Read verse 10. Chapter 10, read verse 63.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 63.
Come on.
And he made him sit by himself, and said unto his princes, Go with him into the midst of the city, and make proclamation, that no man complain against him of any matter, and that no man trouble him of any manner of cause.
That's crazy. Why they got to do this? Because the heathen know that Israel always complain. Israel always complain. Complain. But let me see. We have a lot to cover, but probably going to do it next week. Yeah, probably got to do it next week. We will do it next week. Israel, we will end right here for History in the AM today, and we will continue next week. Israel, pray. We got something from the history. Most Iron Chris bless everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like Bishop always says, steady, pray, and apply, Israel. Make sure you pray and stay in the spirit. Shalom.